Ray Phoenix here, welcome to Let's Play Ratchet Deadlocked Part 10, and this is by far the most challenging challenge I've ever come across in this challenge of a game. This is pretty much just some on-rails shooting gallery kind of thing, like a carnival game pretty much, because Insomniac Games loves making carnival games. And this is pretty much one of those, but everything is trying to shoot us, and we're a big moving target, so it's really easy for us to get hit. So pretty much every 10 seconds, every 2 seconds, we're just going to get hit, we're going to take damage, and we're just going to get killed. This took me like an hour and a half just to get through all of this. The game even pestered me a few times. Oh, do you want to decrease your difficulty? And I said, hell no, I'm not decreasing my difficulty. I put this game at 5-star difficulty right from the start of this game, and I intend to play the whole game under 5-star difficulty. I don't care if it's going to put me through this insane quagmire of a battle, where I'm going to have to constantly dodge all this stuff and shoot at stuff before it shoots me, and occasionally shoot those score-ball things right there is flying around. Score balls, it's like, oh, that gives a score. We have to get like a minimum score too. Score, you see in the bottom right-hand corner again. There were a few times where I did actually complete this level without getting killed, but my score wasn't good enough, so it's still considered a mission failed. It's like you have to like satisfy both of those requirements just so you could complete this mission. I mean, if this were a game on the PS4 or PS5 or something like that, this would probably get you a trophy just for winning. Then again, I don't know. I never play games for trophies, and quite frankly, I don't care about trophies at all. I just care about getting this goddamn challenge completed. This goddamn challenge things pop up every 10 seconds. Pretty much I have to like have it all memorized. I pretty much memorize this entire thing. I could probably play this whole thing in my sleep because I know it so well. The only silver lining to this dark, abysmal cloud is the fact that I'm still getting experience points from killing things, and I'm still getting bolts for this too. You see my bolt meter's increasing up over 468,000 bolts. Yeah, that's going to come in handy because we're going to be buying some pretty expensive stuff soon. You know, inflation and, oh well, about inflation's going on. We're going to be needing a lot of bolts for buying the more prestigious, luxurious weapons in the entire game. The only thing we'll be needing if we're going to take out that dumb Seaman Vox guy and pretty much just splatter his brains all over the sewers of his godforsaken stadium tournament thing, the Vox Stadium, wherever it's called, the Vox thing. Vox. Where do you even come up with that name for Vox anyway? This sounds like just some. This sounds like some lazy name that a guy in a bum, some bum probably came up with that name, some drunken bum. This whole idea for this contest is probably come by a drunken bum. He probably just couldn't find a job, and he just really wanted some kind of pathetic way to make money. So he thought, yeah, I'm gonna form my own deadly stadium tournament thing. That's gonna win me big, win me billions of bolts. I assume that's the currency he probably used to is bolts. Bolts seems to be the universal standard. The universal standard of currency in the Ratchet and Clank universe. It's always bolts. The Bogon Galaxy uses bolts. The Solana Galaxy uses bolts. Pretty much all the galaxies in Ratchet and Clank use bolts. Yeah, I got 10,000 bolts. Good riddance. And I finally got 10,000 bolts for clearing that challenge. I feel like I deserved more for that. They should have given me 50,000 bolts at least for that. But oh no, they just gave me 10,000 bolts. It's like, haha, screw you. You went for this whole aggravating challenge just so you could win 10,000 measly bolts. You won way more bolts by attempting the challenge 10 billion times than you would from actually winning it. This is the guy we're going to be fighting against in a bit. Apparently he had a thing for Courtney Gears. And Courtney Gears just shushed him off like, yeah, shut up, you fool. I don't care about you. You're just some deadbeat that can't do anything. Go hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back. And then he goes into the tournament thing, and he's still trying to win over. He's probably going to still try and win over Courtney Gears again. Courtney Gears still doesn't like him, still doesn't want anything to do with him. She wouldn't notice him, even if his hair was on fire. But then, he suddenly wins big. Yeah, he really moved on up to get himself a piece of the pie by winning all those tournaments, so he became rich. Or maybe he found a sports almanac and bet on tournaments instead. He just knew which ones to bet on, so he just kept winning and winning to a point where he had a huge fortune of an empire. That is, he's probably rich to a point where he has his own butler, and he doesn't even wipe his ass anymore. He just pays someone to do that for him. Because he's just that frickin' rich. He's one of the richest people you could possibly imagine. All because he played these gladiator turns. Well, we're going to put an end to that soon. We're going to dish out some justice against him. I have no idea what this weapon is, but I'm buying it. Something tells me I'm going to be needing it. And there was an Omni-Wrench upgrade available too. Something tells me that I'm going to buy that too and use it too, because why not? I don't think I've been around here yet. There's like a whole thing where you could change your armor, looks like but I don't really care about that. I'm using the same skin for this entire game. This skin of the Peepo monkey, this monkey that somehow accidentally ended up into the world of Ratchet and Clank. And then there's Al over there, see, but you also change the color of your robots, but what's the point of that? They're going to be down more than 98% of the time anyways, like that 82 Jaguar just spends most of its time broken in the shop. And these robots are even worse. They're more useless than anything else. And this is this first challenger, and this challenge is supposed to do. We're forced to use this bomb, this homing bomb thing, this homing mind bomb, whatever it's freaking called, bomb gun. I don't know, what kind of names do they come up with these kinds of things? Sounds like they should have come some sort of fusion of those names. I already spent a lot of bolts, but I still have quite a lot of bolts left over from all the ones I made doing that challenge. Good riddance, that's over now. We have 5 rounds of this nonsense, 5 rounds of this insanity. They keep sending the drop ships at us. It's a good thing we have unlimited bullets, so you just have to wait for it to fill up, but as long as you wait patiently for it to fill up, you have unlimited ammo in this level. This automatically fills up your ammo as you progress. Yeah, imagine if it did that with your health, too. Yeah, this game would be easy if it did that with your health as well, too. Your health just gradually increased as you played through it. If you get an injury, then you just wait a bit and you'll get full health again. Kind of like the gold armor in Mega Man X3, I remember that very well. Oh, those were the good old days, and I was still Let's Playing Mega Man X3 and showing the best way to possibly play through the game, the best possible timeline in that game. The gold armor, the gold-suited armor. And these guys are just shooting out spikes at me. It sounds like, oh, I'm just gonna shoot out a bunch of spikes at you. Imagine that giving birth probably feels something like that. And then you're gonna drop these laser turrets at me, or just drop the bombs on them. Drop that bomb. Yeah, I'm really gonna drop that bomb on them. Just because their love is hotter than Saddam. He was still relevant, I think, when this game came out. He was awaiting execution. Yeah, enjoy your last year, Saddam. You're gonna be needing it. And then we're gonna be dodging these laser track things, these laser things. We're gonna be blasting the next step. What's next to it? I'm not gonna blast the thing itself. Oh no, why would I blast the target? Of course I'm gonna blast the very atoms next to the target, then have my homing mine things just attack them. I had V4 when I started playing this challenge, and now it's at V7 already. Man, this thing it's really easy to upgrade this weapon. And you're in a venue like this, of course. At least if I want to get this weapon 100% upgrade, guess I know where to go now. Just play this challenge over and over again. I mean, assume you could play this challenge over and over again. I don't know. I never checked, and I wouldn't know because I never bothered to play these challenges again once you completed them. Because by then it would just be time to start the game over again in challenge mode. And then it'd be time to start that game over again in another challenging mode. Challenge mode. Yeah, challenging challenge. That perfectly describes this game as the challenging challenge. Or one of those mine things just completely blows out an entire legion. Those short little gremlin things look like they belonged in Galaxy Quest or something like that to come and just bite us. Those leeches, those blood-sucking leeches. So we can just grind off. And we're getting a lot of experience points from this too. I still think 100 is the most amount of health we could possibly have. We're at 43 right now. I mean, I used to think that'd be like, okay, so we're about 43% of the game now. Well, I actually think I'm gonna get less than 100% health by the time the game's over, so I'm actually probably more than halfway through the game now at this point. Yeah, half of this torture, half of this punishment is already over. We already punished this monkey enough. Yeah, sure, this monkey was part of a diabolical plan to rewrite human history, so monkeys are the dominant species of the planet. They really serve as Master Spectre, but I think this whole game I think this whole punishment we've given him in this game, I think it's way too harsh for his crime. Let's just go back to the monkey park and be a mindless, drooling monkey that flings his poop around and does nothing but eat bananas all day, every day. Yeah, that sounds like a good life to live. We should just let him go back to that. Not have to go for these death-defying challenges in this deadly arena thing, this deadly battle arena to Shinden, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, this should have been something like Battle Arena to Shinden. They should have put Battle Arena to Shinden in this freaking game. This game came out 10 years after Battle Arena to Shinden. Instead of the games that kickstarted the PlayStation, it would have been a nice nod. Oh, it's been 10 years since then. Yeah, let's give it a nice little nod, a nice little like reference. Oh no, that game was probably well forgotten by the time this game came out. A lot of games from the 90s are probably forgotten by then. But Bubsy was well forgotten by the time this game came out. Imagine putting Bubsy Bobcat in this challenge. He wouldn't last a second. You just get ripped apart in a matter of, before you can blink. You just get killed. You just get ripped apart. You get torn to shreds from all this stuff. You know how freaking weak Bubsy is. He wouldn't survive this for a second. I think Mr. Plinkett said the same thing about Padme in Star Wars Episode 2 when she fell into that, what do you call the factory, the droid factory thing, whatever it was. I'm just gonna go and blast this guy so many times at the fusion rifle point. The fusion rifle has nothing left. Just gonna have to blast him with these things now, these babies now, and just destroy it. And they're now using the discount nitro launcher, whatever it's called, the nitro bomb launcher, whatever it's called, the discount version, the dollar store version of it, and just letting them have it. Yeah, let them have it. Let them send so many bombs into them. There's so much into this guy too, this seemingly invincible juggernaut that we just blast. We just ripped it apart. I think we have, how many weapons do we have? Oh yeah, we still have some. We have 6 rockets left. Rocket launcher. And just sending more of these guys. Oh, look, now they're staying at the other little guys. They were little gremlins. Tiny little eyeless little gremlins. They're just running around, gonna bite at us and probably chew our legs off or something like that. But they'll never get close to that because we have weapons. And a brain too, which is something they obviously don't have. I don't know if they were born like that, or maybe they're genetically augmented or altered to be like that. That I have no idea. I think over here is another. Yeah, it's another bolt was in Titan. Yeah, what does this game have with tightening the bolts? Tightening bolts. Sounds very original. Bolt tightening the game. Well, sounds like something Mario would do in that game, Wrecking Crew. I haven't played Wrecking Crew in a long time. That game was pretty good. It's a pretty good puzzle game from the very early days of the NES. 7,500 bolts. A somewhat simple challenge gave me 7,500 bolts. And now we're going to meet the next guy, the next boss we're going to go against. This large guy. This guy just looks like some other Robot Insomnia games pulled out of their ass. They couldn't think of anything more creative. Yeah, what else could we think of? Just Never Robot? Okay, Never Robot. Let's make this guy different. Let's make him look like he has a frickin' Xbox in his chest. Yeah, it looks like he swallowed an Xbox and now turned into nuclear fusion somehow. And it's building up inside of his chest. And now it's going into this CGI thing that's still in English because they probably were too lazy to localize this cutscene for the Japanese market. And we'll just leave it. We'll leave it as this. Yeah, leave it as this. It's the Japanese people. They don't care about stuff. They're taught English in school. They know plenty enough English to read something like that. And now we're gonna fight against this guy, this Xbox guy. I'm just gonna call him Mr. Xbox. He looks like a frickin' Xbox. This was the same year the Xbox 360 came out. So PlayStation was probably jealous they didn't have a new system at the time yet to compete with it. So let's just make the system we made before go and destroy. It's like a big metaphor for PlayStation fighting against Xbox. One of PlayStation's greatest heroes, the Peepo Monkey, is going against probably some Xbox mascot that Xbox never really wanted to have or admit to having. They're too embarrassed about it because it nearly killed the company. They probably did other bad stuff for the company too. Now maybe he stole from the company or did something else to the company and made them look bad on the stock exchange. Not that anyone gives a crap about that. Unless you're Superman in that Superman game for the NES. That game where the AVGN said he was never playing that game again in his fudging life and then he threw it out the window. Probably devoured like 3/4 of this guy's health in only a matter of seconds. This guy is pathetic. He's even more pathetic than those Jedi in Revenge of the Sith that got killed in like a matter of seconds. Just come out, within a matter of seconds, just blasted them to a point where they're dead. There you go, use the fusion rifle on him. Fusion rifle. Let's go and kill him off with the fusion rifle. I started fighting with the fusion rifle. Makes sense I end on the fusion rifle too. He has 90% of his health gone. Even less than 90% of his health is still is less than 90%. More than 90% of his health is still. It's gone now. Just use these little Viper things. I think they're called dual Vipers or something like that. And we killed him with the dual Vipers. What an impressive victory. And all we got was a new set of armor. Not that it cares. Not that it matters because we're the Peepo Monkey. We unlocked a new battleground, I think. We unlocked a new planet. And yeah, what else did we unlock? A new sports car. A new Corvette. Not that I care about those death machines, those deathmobiles. Or maybe because this is the Japanese version, maybe we'll win a new Toyota. Yeah, Toyotas have always been reliable. And the game likes to make us go back to the Ratchet skin, because it doesn't really like us being the Peepo Monkey. But screw you, game, I'm gonna set you back anyways. Ray Phoenix, signing out.